imagine a country that breathes for the entire planet. A land where the largest rainforest on Earth exhales life into the atmosphere. Where a river pushes so much water into the ocean that sailors can drink fresh water 200 kilometers from shore. Where waterfalls thunder with such force that the ground trembles beneath your feet. Now imagine a people born from the collision of 3 continents, indigenous, African, European, who fused their rhythms, their gods, their bodies, into something the world had never seen. A culture that does not simply celebrate, but erupts. A spirituality that dances, a joy that defies every hardship. Brazil is not a country you visit. It is a country that happens to you. From the depths of the Amazon to the golden beaches of Rio, from the colonial streets of Salvador to the impossible white dunes of Lençóis, from the roar of Iguazu to the silence of a rainforest dawn. This is Brazil, and it is ready to take your breath away. The Amazon, a word that has become shorthand for wilderness itself. This rainforest covers nearly 60% of Brazil's territory. It is the largest tropical forest on Earth, a living engine that produces 20% of the world's oxygen and holds 10% of all known species. From above, it appears as an endless sea of green, broken only by serpentine rivers. The Amazon River begins in the Peruvian Andes, but in Brazil, it becomes a giant. By volume, it is the largest river on the planet, discharging more water than the next 7 largest rivers combined. At Manaus, the dark Rio Negro meets the pale Solimões, flowing side by side for 6 kilometers without mixing. The meeting of the waters, a phenomenon so striking it looks like a painting. Descend into the forest, and the world transforms. The canopy filters sunlight into cathedral shafts of green and gold. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth and flowering trees. Howler monkeys roar. Scarlet macaws flash through the treetops. Pink river dolphins, bodos, break the surface of dark tannin-stained water. And here, the forest holds a legend. The Amazon's river people say that the boto is not merely an animal. At night, they whisper, the dolphin can transform into a handsome young man dressed in white who steps out of the water to seduce young women at riverside festivals, then vanishes back into the river before dawn. The tale is told with a knowing smile, but it speaks to a deeper truth. The Amazon is a place where the boundary between natural and supernatural has never been fully drawn. For thousands of years, indigenous communities have lived within this forest, not against it, but as part of its fabric. They know the medicinal secrets of its plants. They read the river's moods and the forest's signals. Their cosmologies do not separate humanity from nature. The forest is not a resource, but a relative. Today, this ancient relationship faces unprecedented threats. Logging, mining, and agricultural expansion push deeper each year. Satellite images show scars where green once stood. Yet, across Brazil, indigenous guardians, scientists, and activists are fighting back, using technology, law, and ancestral knowledge to protect what remains. The Amazon is a planetary responsibility. What happens here affects rainfall and climate stability across the globe. As dusk falls, the forest changes voice. The Amazon never sleeps. It only shifts. From the green heart of the Amazon, we travel to the beating cultural heart of Brazil's northeast, Salvador da Bahia. Brazil's first colonial capital, and for over 200 years, the busiest slave port in the Americas. Millions of Africans arrived here, bringing something that could not be stolen: their gods, their rhythms, their resilience. Today, Salvador is the blackest city outside Africa. The historic center, Pelourinho, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Cobblestone streets lined with pastel colonial buildings, Baroque churches, and the sound of the berimbau. In the squares, capoeira unfolds, part martial art, part dance, part game. Developed by enslaved Africans as resistance disguised as play, it is a fluid conversation of bodies. Inside the São Joaquim market, baskets of dried shrimp, sacks of farinha, mountains of tropical fruits, jars of dande oil. Moqueca, a fish stew cooked in coconut milk, and dende carries the taste of the sea and the ancestors. Candomblé is the spiritual heart of Afro-Brazilian culture, a syncretic religion blending Yoruba, Fon, and Bantu traditions with Catholic imagery. Under slavery, African gods disguise themselves as saints. The drums in a terreiro call the orixás down to dance in the bodies of initiates. It is a religion of embodiment, of ecstasy, of ancestral continuity. Salvador's African soul is foundational. So much of what is Brazilian was born on these streets, through suffering and inexhaustible creativity. Salvador is not just a city, it is a testament. From the rhythm of Salvador, we shift to a different kind of power. Straddling the border between Brazil and Argentina, Iguazu Falls is a system of 275 cascades, stretching nearly 3 kilometers. The name comes from the Guarani words Wai and Uaçu, big water. The centerpiece is the Devil's Throat, a U-shaped chasm into which half the river's flow crashes in continuous thunder. The mist rises in a permanent column, catching the sun and throwing rainbows. According to Guarani legend, a serpent god demanded the sacrifice of a beautiful woman named Naipe. She fled with her lover, Tarobá. The serpent carved the earth, creating the falls. Naipe became a rock, forever pounded by water. Tarobá became a palm tree, forever bending toward her. The rainbow is the bridge of their longing. Beyond the falls lies Iguazu National Park, a protected subtropical forest where coatis scurry and toucans perch. At sunset, the light turns the mist golden. The falls have been falling for thousands of years, and they will fall long after we are gone. Before Rio, before São Paulo, the wealth of Brazil lay hidden beneath the mountains of Minas Gerais. In the late 17th century, explorers found gold. What followed was one of the largest gold rushes in human history. The result is Ouro Preto, black gold. Cobblestone streets climb past Baroque churches, ornate fountains, and mansions with wrought iron balconies. The entire town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The churches explode with gold leaf. But the most extraordinary artist is Aleijadinho, the little cripple. Born to a Portuguese father and an enslaved African mother. He lost the use of his hands, yet continued to carve, tools strapped to his wrists, creating soapstone prophets of raw emotional power. Nearby Tiradentes preserves quieter colonial charm. In Bahia, Olinda paints its hillside in candy colors. Colonial Brazil is about memory. The gold that gilds these altars was extracted by enslaved hands. To walk these streets is to ask what was built, by whom, and at what cost. No city on earth announces itself quite like Rio de Janeiro. Granite mountains plunge into turquoise sea. Tropical forest grows inside city limits. Christ the Redeemer stands atop Corcovado, arms outstretched. From his feet, the view explains everything. Guanabara Bay, Sugarloaf Mountain, Copacabana, and Ipanema beaches, Tijuca Forest, and the favelas, places of immense creativity, hardship, and community. At sea level, life happens on the sand. Copacabana's wavy promenade is a stage for humanity. And there is samba, the city's central nervous system. In the bars of Lapa, bodies move with a fluidity that seems genetic. Rio is a city of contrasts, extreme wealth and poverty on the same hillside. Yet the carioca spirit persists, a defiant creative optimism. At Arpoador, locals gather every evening to applaud the sunset. They are applauding another day in the marvelous city. They are applauding the simple miracle of being alive. Once a year, Brazil ignites. Carnival is a national exhalation. In Rio, the Sambadrome hosts samba schools competing over 2 nights. Each school presents a story through floats, costumes, and song. Thousands rehearse for a year. Behind the spectacle lie workshops, where artisans build floats by hand. Seamstresses stitch sequined costumes. The bateria, 300 drummers, rehearses until they move as one. For favela communities, the samba school is family, identity, and hope. The floats roll like moving kingdoms. The bateria pounds a relentless samba beat. In the streets, blocos attract millions. Strangers become friends, barriers dissolve. Salvador's carnival features giant trio electricos with millions dancing behind them. Axe music drives the crowd. Carnival's roots lie in European rites, but Brazil absorbed African and indigenous traditions. For 5 days, ordinary rules are suspended. Carnival is a deeper, truer version of life, a collective insistence that joy is a human right. If Rio is the soul, São Paulo is the engine. Home to over 22 million people, it is one of the largest cities on Earth. Avenida Paulista is the city's spine, a canyon of glass towers and museums. The São Paulo Museum of Art seems to float above the ground. São Paulo's diversity is staggering. The largest Japanese community outside Japan in Liberdade. Lebanese, Italian, Bolivian communities. Over 100 languages are spoken. Street art is São Paulo's skin. Bico de Batman, Batman's Alley, showcases ever-changing murals. Graffiti is celebrated art. At dusk, From a rooftop, the scale becomes incomprehensible. Lights stretch to every horizon. São Paulo is the reminder that Brazil is also a nation looking forward. After the intensity of São Paulo, Brazil offers a landscape that feels like the Earth's own imagination. Lençóis Maranhenses, the bedsheets of Maranhão. Vast white sand dunes, sculpted by wind, stretching over 1,500 square kilometers. It looks like a desert, but it's not. During the rainy season, freshwater lagoons form between the dunes, thousands of them, turquoise and emerald. You walk through blazing white sand and plunge into crystal clear water. Fish appear, their eggs carried by birds. At sunset, the dunes turn gold, then pink, then violet. The lagoons reflect the sky like scattered mirrors. No roads, no buildings, just wind, water, sand, and sky. Lençóis whispers where Iguazu roars, soothes where Carnival overwhelms. It is Brazil in a different key. Brazil cannot be summarized, it can only be felt. It is the breath of the Amazon, the drumbeat of Salvador, the roar of Iguazu. It is the gold of Ouro Preto, the samba of Rio, the glitter of Carnival, the ambition of São Paulo, the silence of white dunes under a setting sun. It is a nation of wounds and wonders, of deep inequality and deeper creativity, of a people who have taken the pain of history and alchemized it into music, dance, and an unshakable belief that tomorrow can be better than today. This is Brazil. Not the cliché, not the headline, but the truth in all its complexity and glory. And it is ready to take your breath away.